Okay, here's going to be a review of the microscope parts. Up top here you have the eyepiece. That is where you put your eye to look at the object in the microscope. It has a magnification of 10 times, so it's making the object 10 times larger than what it originally is. This is known as the body tube. The body tube leads to the revolving nose piece, which revolves. On the revolving nose piece are the objective lenses. You use the nose piece to snap the objective lenses into place. The smallest one is known as the scanning objective lens, and it has a power of 4 times. Then you have the low power objective lens, which has a magnification of 10 times. And then you have the high power objective lens, which has a magnification of 40 times. When you locate objects under the microscope, you will be using the low power objective lens. So you'll be looking through the eyepiece, which is 10 times the original size. The low power is 10 times the original size. So when you look at it, the object's going to be 100 times larger than what it really is. If you have it on high power, which you never locate an object on high power, but once you switch it over to high power, you're at 10 times for the eyepiece, 40 times for the high power objective lens. Now the object's going to look 400 times its original size. This is known as the stage. On the stage you have stage clips, which clip the microscope slide into place. On the stage you have this glass piece here, which is known as the stage opening, which allows light to actually go through the stage and through the microscope slide. In the front of the microscope, you have this part that turns. This is known as the diaphragm. It's going to control how much light actually goes through that stage opening. It has numbered 1 through 5, and most of the time you will want to have it set on 1, because a lot of the times we're looking at very tiny cells, and you can see the parts better with less light. On the microscope there's also the coarse adjustment, which is the large knob, and the fine adjustment, which is the small knob, and of course there's the light source, which is the light bulb. When you are carrying your microscope, you always carry it by the arm and the base. Like I mentioned earlier, when you locate objects, you locate them on low power. You will use the coarse adjustment knob. You'll put the stage as close as it can get to that low adjustment, and the slide will not touch that low objective lens. It will not touch in that position. So you start with it as close as you can, and then you slowly move the coarse knob. The stage will go down. You may have to move the slide around a little bit to find your item you're looking for. Once you found your object you're trying to find, you may bring it into a sharper focus by using the fine adjustment knob. Once you have it finely tuned, then and only then will you switch it over to the high power objective lens. When you do that slowly. You make sure you're not going to touch the slide with the lens, otherwise you're scratching the lens and you'll have to buy a new one. You lock it into place. You look through the eyepiece, and then you use the fine adjustment knob to bring the image in clearer or sharper. When you have it on this high power, you never ever touch the coarse knob. When it's on high power, you never touch the coarse knob, only this one, the fine. Another thing, when it's on high power, if something gets bumped or moved and you can't see your object anymore, you have to start all over with the low objective lens.